I didn't plan on spending this much money when I went to the LCS, but it's definitely well worth what I have into the book, and it will be going to CGC, and this is probably one of my favorite books in my collection now, so.
NoCoastComics.
Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. Jeremy here from No Coast Comics as always. It's been a little while since I made a video. This one's going to be a big unboxing and a collection haul share that I just picked up. Got 25 modern books back from CGC, another 4 express tier books from CGC, and then another 4 or 5 raw books that I picked up from my LCS that may or may not go to CGC. Probably will, but just wanted to share them because I just got them. While we're getting started, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. If you enjoy my content, hit the thumbs up at any point. Feel free to ask any questions you have down below and let me know what you think of these books. So right off the bat, very happy to have this book. Guardians of the Galaxy number 4, the J. Scott Campbell variant with Gamora on the cover. I'm a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything, you know, from first appearances to the movies, just all the comics, like huge Guardians fan. And this is a book I have never even had the chance to buy at an affordable price before. So I got this at the LCS. It was in a collection they picked up. It was reasonably priced. It looked pretty perfect to me, so I sent it in, and yeah, that's a sweet, love all the green, how they brought the green down into the title that matched Gamora there. Awesome J. Scott Campbell to get things started there. Okay, now this one, we don't, get all 9.8s. This one I thought had a pretty good shot at it, but still 9.4. So Star Wars number 7, first appearance of Aurra Sing. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for a 9.8 on this one. This one's kind of heated up a little bit from the Dark Horse series from 1999. The funny thing about this is it's kind of hard to even know, like, how to find it if your LCS has a lot of back issues, because, like, it says Outlander 1 of 6, and it doesn't even say on here, other than in the barcode, for like the number 7 there. It doesn't actually say number 7 anywhere on the cover, but this is Star Wars number 7. So 9.4 there. Got some Department of Truth back. Got an A cover. If you've watched some videos on the channel here, you probably know how much I love Department of Truth. The story, the art, everything about it. So I've got a few Department of Truth in this submission here, so there's gonna be some variants here coming up. I got another A cover here. Yeah, the news came out, I think it's been a few months now, maybe even going on 5 or 6. I'd have to check that Department of Truth was optioned for a show or film, so we'll see if that happens there. But James Tynion is, definitely one of the greatest writers, I think, making comics, today. And we got a B cover. Now this is my first batch of B covers coming back from the Jenny Friesen covers. So we got a 9.6 there. I think we got some 9.8s coming, hopefully. Oh yeah, there's a 9.8. Now the B cover once again. And another 9.8. I think one more. Yep. And one more of the cover B of Department of Truth, number 1. Cool. Okay, keeping on with the Department of Truth, we've got a variant cover I, which was the Peach Momoko Virgin Sketch variant. This came out from Scott's Collectibles. The first time they put out this art, there's been a bunch of variants. There's a couple more coming, so if you guys are Peach Momoko fans, there's more coming. And they're right here. So this is the 4th printing cover A that they put a red foil on it. I think the camera's gonna be able to pick that up, get some shine on it right there. But yeah, there's a red foil. And they've done a few of these red foil variants, like they did a Negan Lives one. I think there's been some Walking Dead stuff, but I don't know if it's all Image, but there's been a lot of these red foils. So, very cool. And then I think this is the last variant that I bought and submitted. So this is the gold foil of the same. Now this is the 4th printing variant cover B. I don't think this one and the last one came out at the same time. I think this was like shortly afterwards, I want to say. And I was like, I bought that one, I might as well get this one to, you know, kind of complete the set. So you got the gold there. Crazy gold foil. Okay, moving on to something else for just a minute. I think by now, probably everyone who wants to see it has hopefully seen WandaVision, but I still won't say a lot about it, but West Coast Avengers 45, first appearance of the colorless Vision. Well, white Vision, excuse me. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool book. It's from, 1989. I was expecting around this grade. I'm definitely not shocked that it was not a 9.6 or a 9.8. Still a really cool cover, really cool character, you know, arc, and we'll see if there's anything involving that moving forward. I did not get any first prints of Invincible #1 anyway. I have some later issues, but this I got in the 5th anniversary Skybound mystery boxes. It was kind of a mystery box. It was like, I think a lot of the titles were the same. It was just depending what version of the covers you got. There's like a regular one, a sketch one, like a blue line one, and each had individual rarities. So this is the reprinting of that from that Skybound 5th anniversary mystery box. I've had it for a while, it was in my boxes. I kind of forgot about it honestly, because it was a reprint. And yeah, it's, I mean, still a really cool cover, just has the different, you know, trade dress there for that. I think Invincible has been renewed at least for one more season, maybe 2. But on the Amazon show. Back to another Department of Truth. This is my last copy that I had to submit. I didn't think I was going to send it in, but I gave it another look, and sure enough, it looked like a 9.8. So this is the cover O, the Alexis Zurich cover, with the spelling error here on Martin Simmons' name. They have reprinted this art in trade paperback format. This was the Third Eye Collectibles exclusive. I think it says that here. No, it doesn't say that, but they sold this from Third Eye Comics. Great store. Anytime I've had an issue, they've always, you know, gone above and beyond to make it right. You know, fast shipping, safe shipping. So I cannot say enough good things about Third Eye. So I think they're out of Maryland. So if I ever get out that way, or if you're out that way, I highly recommend checking out their store if you haven't. Okay, I've had this one as well before. These are my last copies that I got. I didn't think, you know, at first glance they were all 9.8 worthy, but I looked at them again. Sure enough, this is the variant Q. Now this is the Virgin variant of, I want to say the 1 in 50 variant. I think there are, 500 of these printed, I want to say. This was a Comic Hero University exclusive, and got that in a 9.8. And this was my last copy of that book, also in a 9.8. Super tough to get these, you know, jet black in a 9.8 if they've been read or handled or anything at all. So, and then at the same time I got those, there's a cover R, which is the Virgin variant of the 1 in 25, which is also from Comic Hero U. Pretty reasonably priced when those came out. I think I bought 3 sets of the 2 of them, and they were like barely over cover price, or maybe they were like $10 a book, but yeah, just figured I would get these graded since they look so nice. So another 9.8 there. And now for something else. Pat Gleason. I think this is my first or second. Is there more Pat Gleason in here? I don't know. I'll have to look. So this is the Gleason variant cover of Venom #33, which is Venom 198 in the Legacy printing, I think is what they call it. So this is the trade dress variant with the Venom webhead cover. I think this has maybe even been reprinted one other time in a different color or something. There's a Virgin variant. This is the trade dress. I couldn't get my hands on any of the Virgins. I was too slow on the Virgin variant for this. But I got a trade dress. I think this is still pretty limited. I don't know the number right offhand, maybe 2,000 or 3,000, but I'd have to check. But very cool book there. Just another couple Department of Truth, and then we'll move on to something else, I promise, guys. So we got a cover W. This is the Sheldon Weckert variant. I think I got 2 copies of this one. This is my second and last copy. I sent them to CGC, and the last one I have. Cool cover there. Just like all the different artists, you know, take on the Women in Red, and I mean, that's a lot of the variants, but then we've got another one of the secret variant cover. I believe this was a 1 in 10 variant based on the A covers of the first printing. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but yeah, the Lee Harvey Oswald variant of the A cover of the first printing in a 9.8. 2 more books. Now this one, I was kind of let down on. Again, they're not all, you know, definitely not all 9.8s in this submission, but this one I was expecting at least like an 8.5, but I looked at the grader's notes and turns out it has rust on one of the staples. So that's definitely something to look for, and yeah, sure enough, you can see it. Got Nova #1 and a 7.5. I think I have a 7.0 or an 8.0. I'll have to check that I bought of this. I'm pretty sure it's an 8.0 that I bought already graded. I thought this would be a little nicer of a copy, but ended up being a little less nice of a copy with that rusty staple. So yeah, just, you know, be warned, rusty staples can really cause a book to take a hit. So still a very, you know, desirable book, still has great eye appeal, but got hammered for that rusty staples. So word of caution. And the last one, I'm sure you guys, well, last one in this submission, I talked about this book. I think I showed you guys the raw copy in my 90s books heating up earlier this year. And I looked at it, you know, with a really fine lens, or whatever you want to say, close lens, and we got the 9.8 on this Wolverine #88 from 1994, classic Deadpool versus Wolverine cover. Yeah, just a really cool shadow-based, you know, cover. This is the deluxe edition. It says Deadpool Weapon X and Copycat appearance. I think the non-deluxe edition is technically a little harder to find. I don't know if the values are that impacted by it or not, but yeah, 9.8 Wolverine 88. Now for some really big stuff, guys. These are 4 Express tier books that I sent in. Now Express tier, I think it was around 10 to 15 days. Plus I think 2 of these I had pressed. So these are from different submissions. I just want to share them all at the same time since it's been a little while since I made a video. I've been running behind. So yeah, these are some really cool books. I think they're all Marvel. Yeah, let's just get right into it. So this book I bought on eBay probably, I want to say around a year ago, maybe a year and a half, maybe. I was watching the copies. I was really wanting to get this book in some grade. It's pretty hard to find in any grade, honestly. It's from 1960, Journey into Mystery #62. Now this is the first appearance of a character that they call the Hulk. It's not the Incredible Hulk, but it's like a prototype issue from Atlas Comics, pre-Marvel. Yeah, I absolutely love this type of book. You don't really find it very often. I think I paid around $100 on eBay for it, plus the grading, you know, so I'm into it a little over $200. Not a huge, you know, high value book, but I definitely did all right. And I just love the monster books, you know, all the Journey into Mystery, and, you know, the books like, you know, Tales to Astonish and Tales of Suspense, which we're gonna be talking about that here in a second as well. Yeah, so super happy about this to keep in my PC. I will definitely not be letting this one go ever, if, you know, for a long time, because super cool book on a prototype Hulk. Next one, we'll save that a little bit. If you saw the video that I did with my friend Jason from High Five Comics, we split a huge Marvel and DC and some other stuff 1970s collection. I'll put a link up here somewhere in the cards if you want to check out that video, but it was a lot of fun. We did a what's it called, a draft to go through the comics one by one. We split the cost of the collection, and we each got some really awesome books. This is one of those books, and the one after it they'll show you guys. Ghost Rider #1 from 1973. Yeah, this is the first appearance of the Son of Satan, Damon Hellstrom, and Cameo, and the stories continue from Marvel Spotlight 11. Awesome cover, you know, one of those Silver Age keys you just really don't get the chance. I personally have never had the chance to buy this book in a store around here. You know, it's one of those that I see at you know, conventions and online, but to get this in that collection, I did press this one myself. It didn't really have enough defects that I thought that a professional press, because I'm not professional, I'm decent, but I didn't think there were enough defects that warranted that it would help it any more than what I could do. I think I probably bumped the grade up about maybe 0.5 or 1.0 from what it was when I got it, maybe a little more. But yeah, very cool book there. Ghost Rider #1. And even better than a Ghost Rider #1 is the first appearance of Ghost Rider, Marvel Spotlight #5. Again, this is in that video we talked about from that Silver Age draft collection. First appearance of Ghost Rider from 1972. Just a beautiful book, you know, came back a solid fine 6.0 off white to white pages. The Ghost Rider #1 was white pages, by the way, so that's an add a little bonus there, but this one's a little bit older. It's from the same collection, you know, cared for, but not, you know, with any extreme care, mind you, but, you know, it has a little bit of spine wear on the side. I did have CCS press this. I think it improved a little bit. They probably honestly could have done a little better job, but I don't think it would have bumped it at all. I mean, if I'm lucky, maybe, you know, to 6.5, but I think that was a solid grade and an awesome book right there. And while this one is not as expensive as a Marvel Spotlight 5, I'm very happy to have this one in my collection as well. This book, I kind of had a strange story behind it. So I went to my LCS, well, I saw my LCS posted this book on their Facebook, and they were asking, mind you, this was like a year ago, year and a half, I want to say. Maybe not quite that, but it was around the time that for like, you know, a very fine near mint, you know, a near mint, it was probably reasonably priced. Now, I asked them what the condition was, and he said, this is like perfect. I say this is like a 9.6, 9.8. So, like, I called him up on the phone, I paid for it, I got up there the next day, you know, I did not want anybody else getting this book. I looked at it, there's some issues on the back. He kind of said, yeah, I looked at the front, you know, I just assumed the back was great. So, yeah, we talked and worked something out. You know, I got a little bit of credit because I'd already paid for it, but I still got a reasonably good deal on it back then, especially now, a very good deal. I did have CCS press this one as well. I was expecting maybe a 9.0 or 9.2, but we got a 9.4 on the Amazing Spider-Man 300, first appearance of Venom. Yeah, very happy about this. I've had a couple of these books before of this ASM 300. Never this nice. I think I had one that was about I want to say it was a graded 5.0 that I sold probably 5 years ago, or traded it. And I had a raw copy that was probably like maybe a 4.0. So 9.4, solid near mint on this. I mean, just minor defects that after a press it would not get out. Just a little bit of like a kind of a weird like edge tear right on the bottom edge. The press isn't gonna solve that. And then just a couple little, you probably can't even see them here, but a couple real small color breaking spine ticks. So happy about that ASM 300. All right guys, thanks for making it this far in the video. Last but not least, I got some raw books I just picked up from the LCS. They got an awesome collection. I just happened to be walking in right as they were getting ready to put these out for sale. So no, you know, other fellow collectors in the area had seen these books yet. So I was very lucky to get there when I did and get first crack at them. And, you know, I think one of these they had before, or one of these I actually got from like the case I had out already, but the other 4 were brand new. So we're gonna start things off with the Tales of Suspense number 11. This is about a very good minus copy. early 60s books. I want to say this is, I'd have to check the date. I want to say 1960, but I will check on that. I've had this book in a way lower grade, like a 1 or a 2, and I sold it and I kind of regretted it, so I'm very happy to be able to find another copy that's even better and was reasonably priced. So really cool about that. This is, I want to say the first appearance of Spore. I mean, I know it is, I don't even have to look that up. This has been reprinted, I want to say it was reprinted in Where Monsters Dwell or Where Creatures Roam issue. So those are really cool books to pick up if you're on more of a budget. I mean, again, this is reasonably priced, but if you're on like a lower budget and you want to get these cool covers and stories, a lot of them have been reprinted. So next up, I've had this book a couple times and of course regretted selling it. This is, I need to look at it a little closer, but it's probably a solid near mint copy, maybe a little bit less, maybe very fine near mint, but we got a Transformers #1 and a newsstand copy. Yeah, I mean, obviously first appearance in comics of the Transformers. I mean, Transformers have, been hot. I feel like they're gonna be hot for a long, long time. And happy to have this back in the collection again. This next book I have never had before. I've seen it in a reasonable price, not in this good a condition, so I had to pick it up. Marvel Superheroes #13. This is the first appearance of Carol Danvers. Second appearance of Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel was a different Captain Marvel before, not Carol Danvers, who later became the Captain Marvel that we know in the MCU, played by Brie Larson. So very cool book here. This is probably gonna go to CGC, and I will make another video when we get that unboxing back. To go right along with that, there were a handful of the Marvel Superheroes Presents books there. There is not the Doctor Doom one. I think that's number 20, I wanna say. I'll have to check on that, but this, being a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, we talked about that earlier. I've never had the first printing of this book. I've had a reprint of it, but number 18, first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. Now what's cool about this book too, and one really easy way to know from a distance if you're dealing with the first printing, I don't think they've done like the Marvel Masterpieces or the True Believers yet of this book. Obviously, if they do, it would have something up here and like a barcode somewhere. But the quick way to determine this from the reprint that they did is that Yondu right here is orange. And then in the reprint, they actually made Yondu blue like we all know him now from the Guardians movies. So yeah, these characters did cameo, I think, in volume 2 of the films. And then there were some other characters, like Starhawk, that was played by Sylvester Stallone. But yeah, super happy to have the original, first appearance of the original team of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, this is the last book that I have to share with you guys on this video, so thanks for sticking around if you have. This is one of those books you just don't see in the wild or at an LCS for any reasonable price at all. Like they mentioned they got one in, I didn't even really, at first I was looking through, the other books, including the ones that I got here already and showed you guys, and they mentioned they had this book, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I just assumed the price was astronomical, but it was reasonably priced for the grade. And I didn't plan on spending this much money when I went to the LCS, but it's definitely well worth what I have into the book, and it will be going to CGC, and this is probably one of my favorite books in my collection now. So, Strange Tales, #110, first appearance of Doctor Strange. Yeah, I'm just kind of speechless that I have this book in my hands right now, guys. It's not a book that I really was going to seek out, simply because I didn't think I would find an affordable copy. But yeah, being a Marvel fan, being an MCU fan, this is one of those books that I'm very happy to have in my collection. It's about, I think it's going to grade about a 4.0, maybe up to a 5. It does have a kind of like a spine roll or a misfolded spine when you view it from the back, especially on the top. The pages are kind of fanned out. I think that can be fixed. I am not confident enough in my pressing abilities to try to fix something like that. I feel like I would damage the book. When I got this home, as you can see, I put it in a Mylar with full back into a top loader with a a cover on the top there because I did not want anything happening to this book. So this will be going to CGC soon. Yeah, I'm still speechless about this book. That's it. I appreciate you guys hanging out on this video. I know it's been a little while since my last one. Try not to make it a month and a half next time. Feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions about the CGC process. I definitely have thoughts about some of the changes they've made. My next submission should be coming back here in the next week or two, so I'll make another video hopefully soon with that. I don't think I have any more Express books coming back anytime soon, but I have some modern stuff coming back. Hopefully you guys had fun. If you did, please hit that like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate that. I think we're like 1.1, like 1,100 and some subscribers right now. So thank you guys very much for continuing to support the channel. Again, feel free to chat down below. Any comic related questions, I mean, I'm a huge Marvel fan and Image. I do like DC, but not really any DC love on this one for you guys. So if you want to see more DC stuff, let me know and I'll do what I can. But one other last thing I'll talk about before we sign off here is Pop Shop Live. I am still doing shows about every 2-3 weeks now, so I am selling stuff to effectively, fund the stuff that is going to stay in my personal collection. Some of these Department of Truth books will be probably put up on our eBay store here pretty soon. If you go to NoCoastComics.com, you can see all of our websites there. We've got the eBay, the Instagram, the YouTube, the Pop Shop Live, a couple others that I'm forgetting, but NoCoastComics.com, it'll get you to all those links there in one easy place. So yeah, thanks for hanging out and I'll see you guys next time.